Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something pretty cool, a scientifically backed method that brings together two super powerful therapies to help you manage stress. We're going to show you how you can actually use these techniques to, well, fundamentally rewire your brain's response to anxiety. Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to talk about why stress feels like such a huge deal these days. Then, we'll introduce this amazing solution that hits the problem from two different sides. We'll get into the science of how it works on both your conscious and your subconscious mind. And the best part? We'll wrap up with a practical toolkit you can start using, like, right away. All right, first things first, let's really set the stage and talk about why this is such a big deal for so many of us right here, right now. And look, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling people have. It's a documented trend. The research is clear. Anxiety is on the rise, and that really affects people's quality of life. So finding ways to cope that actually work and that you can actually do, well, it's never been more important. So what if you could tackle this problem from two different angles at the exact same time? Well, that's where this really cool integrative approach comes into play. It's called cognitive behavioral hypnotherapy, or CBH for short. And you've got to understand, this isn't just, smashing two therapies together and hoping for the best. Nope. It's a really smart, seamless blend that's designed to create change that's faster, deeper, and way more permanent than what you'd get from either one on its own. Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting. What's so cool is how these two therapies are like the perfect partners. They work on totally different levels of your mind, but they work together. It's really compelling stuff. So think about it like this. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, that's like a personal trainer for your conscious mind, right? It helps you spot those negative automatic thoughts and gives you the exercises to challenge them and change them. But then you have hypnosis. Hypnosis kind of quiets down that loud, skeptical bouncer at the front door of your mind. That's your critical factor. And it lets those new, positive changes walk right in and get comfortable at a much deeper subconscious level, where all your habits and automatic reactions live. And that synergy is everything. Someone described hypnosis here as a psychological adhesive, or a glue, and that is just the perfect way to put it. It helps those new, better thought patterns you're learning with CBT to actually stick. It helps them get past all your usual arguments and resistance, so the change starts to feel less like work and more just automatic, more natural. Okay, so it sounds great in theory, but what about the proof? Let's look at the science, the actual numbers, and see how this all holds up. Because, spoiler alert, the results are pretty darn compelling. Check this out. A huge meta-analysis, that's a study of other studies, in this case 18 of them, came to a pretty jaw-dropping conclusion. It found that for some conditions, adding hypnosis to CBT can make it up to 70% more effective. I mean, think about that. That's not just a little boost. That is a massive, game-changing leap in how well it works. So to really put this to the test, researchers set up a clinical trial. They took a group of patients dealing with anxiety disorders and they measured everything, not just how anxious they said they felt, but their actual physical stress markers. They took these measurements before the treatment and then again after 6 weeks. And the results? Whoa, they were seriously striking. For the folks who got the combined therapy, their anxiety scores just plummeted. I'm talking from an average of almost 25 down to about 7.5. But here's the kicker. The physical proof was right there too. The levels of cortisol, the main stress hormone, dropped in a big way. This shows the change wasn't just in their heads, it was happening in their bodies. Okay, so this is the really important part. This stuff isn't just for a therapist's office. Not at all. This is a set of skills, a toolkit, really, that you can learn and use for yourself in your own life to handle stress as it comes up. Now, before you just jump into the routine, a little bit of prep work can make a huge difference. Think of it like getting your tools ready before you start a project. So 3 simple things. First, you're going to choose a trigger word, something simple like peace or relax. Second, pick an affirmation for yourself, a positive little sentence like I am calm and in control. And third, just think of a place that feels totally relaxing to you, maybe a beach or a quiet forest. Got it? Okay, ready for the routine itself? It's super simple but really powerful. You're going to start by taking a big, deep breath in and just closing your eyes. As you breathe out, let out a little sigh and silently say that trigger word to yourself. Next, do a quick body scan. Just mentally travel from your toes all the way up, relaxing each part as you go. And to finish, just let yourself sink even deeper into that calm feeling while you repeat your affirmation in your head. And the whole point of practicing this, isn't just to chill out for 5 minutes. The real magic here is that you're training your mind and body. You're building what experts call a positive response set. It's basically a new, positive go-to reaction that you can tap into anytime you're faced with stress out in the real world. So, when you put it all together, that conscious effort to change your thoughts, plus the subconscious power up from hypnosis, you've got this incredible toolkit in your hands. This isn't just about coping with stress anymore. This is about actually fundamentally rewiring your response to it. So, the only question left to ask yourself is, what patterns are you going to choose to rewire?